All right, you see that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a real life lighthouse. I have no idea how many steps, but we're gonna go climb it. Let's go. There's 203 stairs. Are we ready? So good news and bad news. Great news is I just was passed by a young man that's a viewer of the channel. Recognized the van, gave me a thumbs up. That was very cool. So shout out to you, young man. Bad news is my vertigo is such that I am not gonna make it up this stairs. I'm 2 landings in and I'm already freaking out so badly. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to disappoint you. No shots from the top. Because look at this. Oh my god, these stairs are killing me. Okay, down we go. Oh, I can't do it. It just freaks me out. Trees, living treehouse, as the sign states. These are southern live oak. It twists and sculpts itself in response to its environment. It says, notice how most of the branches are leaning west, which is this way, in response away from the salty air blowing in from the Atlantic Ocean. It says the live oak wood is incredibly strong and was preferred material for shipbuilding. Check out these trees. It's just so insane. So the first stop after a long day at the office is 31. And this is kind of an Art Deco themed thing with a really fancy cocktail menu. He's gonna hook me up with one of his favorites. He's actually, let's see if we can get his name, but he's looking to convert a schoolie, and that's pretty righteous. So I wonder what your favorite cocktail is. Are you a gin drinker, a vodka drinker, a whiskey drinker? I don't know, this bar is pretty groovy. What do you think? So Tyler is going to hook us up with his favorite drink. I like your ink too, man.
Thanks, dude.
So I'm the guinea pig for the channel, you guys. So test driving this Flamingo. Tyler here is hooking me up.
What's up, guys?
What's up? So tell me about the Flamingo.
So basically, the Flamingo is like essentially like a riff on a Negroni. So you've got the gin as the base still. You've got Amaro Montenegro as opposed to Campari, so it's not quite as bitter. And then the fresh watermelon juice as opposed to vermouth. So you got like this real sweet, light quality. And then I hit it with a little bit of rhubarb bitters, kind of rounds it all out. It just makes it light, refreshing, still boozy, a little bitter. The perfect drink on a day such as today.
It really is. It's really good.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right, this place is crazy. So I just went inside, and it's the 31 Supper Club. And look at this. The bar came from Cicero, which is outside Chicago. And the theory goes that Al Capone sat behind that. You guys want to see this for real? Let's see if we can get inside. Look at this place. Now that is an island princess. That place cool or what? What a find. That's what this is all about. Havana Bar. 31 Supper Club. Just sharing with you guys. Look at these doors. No, it's by the men's room. So we're getting a personal tour to the men's room mirror. Oh, that's righteous. Apparently a very famous, very expensive mirror. Look at the bar. Al Capone. So cool. All right, just saying. That's what this whole thing is about. By complete accident, going to this bar and just met some amazingly cool people. Had an amazing cocktail or two. And just talked about van life. Tyler wants to convert to schoolie. The other couple, John and Tabitha, they want to do a Sprinter van conversion. So it's off the charts cool. I'm just so blessed to be doing this, and so glad you guys are along for the ride. So what we're looking at is a pod of dolphins having a little breakfast here at the bay. Pretty spectacular. Spectacular sunrise here, St. Augustine. Actually, the San Marcos fort. We'll come back and see this later today. Just absolutely stunning this morning. We got to see the dolphins frolicking in the bay at sunrise. That's pretty special. So the Castelo De San Marcos is a national monument. Symbolized at its time Spain's vast New World empire. It was built between 1672 and 1695. It replaced a series of wooden forts that had protected St. Augustine for over 100 years. Improvements in the mid-1700s helped the Castelo, with its soldiers and guns, keep pirates and British at bay. At the time, Spain controlled Florida, which I did not know. Castelo helped keep their enemies away from the Gulf Stream shipping lanes. Spanish treasure fleets used these routes to carry sugar, tobacco, pearls, silver, and gold to Europe. So while it is seemingly a wall of rock, they're actually bricks made up of jillions of bits of shell. Typical backyard pizzeria, right? Check this out. This is fascinating. This big oven was actually used to heat the cannonballs to red hot, and then they would be used to shoot at wooden ships, assuring destruction. Something I wasn't aware of. And that Spain ceded Florida to the United States in 1821. I wasn't aware. So I was here this morning for the sunrise, saw the dolphins playing, and now I'm back just to kind of take it all in. It's really a pretty magical and very historic place. So across the street from the castle is a whole bunch of shops and bars and restaurants. Let's go take a stroll over there and see what we can find. It's just so awesome here. St. Augustine. Summertime weather, middle of March. So amazing. I can believe it. Let's check it out. That looks pretty good, friends. Let's try it. That's nice. Doing it for you guys. So that is Galleon's Golden Ale, ABV 4.8, IBU 16, $5. Right, big shout out to Sherry there at the Ancient City Brewing Company. What a great time. Great gal. She's kind of a van life wannabe. Has a little travel bug in her and a little sense of adventure, and she delivers some really righteous beers. So if you're ever in the St. Augustine, you gotta check out Ancient City Brewing. Just spectacular. Let's keep exploring. Oh my God, look at this down here. It's so amazing. Holy cow, look at this. Celebration of Mass. 1565, ladies and gentlemen. Oldest Catholic parish in the United States. Something a little out of the ordinary here. Medieval Torture Museum. We're gonna go take a look inside. Let's see what we used to do to each other as humans 500 years ago. Which bin? Why not? Let's give her a dunk. Yeah, being sawn in half, that's pretty disgusting. All right, so that was the Torture Museum. I'd say it was kind of interesting. Some of those things I'd seen before at the Amsterdam Torture Museum, which is really authentic, and some duplication here, but it's just amazingly gross to see what human beings can and did to each other. If you get a chance, I would say for $13, not bad. If you have a queasy stomach, don't go to this. But I'm glad I did. So just a lovely, lovely evening of exploring St. Augustine. Got to see the castle, got to see some of the streets, got to see a brewery, craft beer, and taco shop, and just loving this. This is just unbelievably cool in every regard. So back at home base, and now we're headed to Walmart for a night of good sleep. Let's go. I've traded the Walmart parking lot for the boat ramp parking lot. Look at that sunrise. It's just so exceptional. The air is clean. There's a gentle breeze. A little salty marine smell in the air. Really peaceful. Nobody's really here yet. Just a few early fishermen. Just spectacular. Now, you know my not so great luck with lighthouses. Massive fail in Ponce Inlet here at St. Augustine. Or at least go check it out from the base, and we'll see what it looks like inside, but I'm afraid of these heights and stairs and things like that. But let's go see what we can find in the lighthouse.
Right. Right, I remember.
So this is fascinating. We are in the oil room. This is where the lighthouse keepers stored the oil. And look at this. Each night the lightkeeper would tend to the light burning in the tower to wind the clockworks that rotates the lens. Every 2.5 hours they have to wind it. They would then heat the oil here in this room and carry it up the 209 steps, 5 gallons at a time. Each weighed 30 pounds. Imagine climbing 219 stairs with 30 pounds in your hand. I would say they had to be in really good shape. All right, I've got my shoes changed. I'm using my iPhone. I got gum. So I'm ready to tackle this thing. Let's go. Oh my God, I made it. I can't believe it. I'm holding on for dear life. Well, that was scary as all get out. Take out one for the channel. So there's a lighthouse light bulb. Electric now, of course. But you can see the glass moving around. All right, going down is going to be easier, right? This was a test. Oh my God. All right, just saying that was super intense. Holy thing. The sacrifices I make for go small, live large. LOL.
Like the other day we had
All right, boys and girls, just got a nice trim from Joe, because Joe is in. St. Augustine Family Barber. Most entertaining haircut I've had in a long time. Really cool cat. Really cool cat. If you need a trim here in St. Augustine. So as we leave St. Augustine, been an amazing 5 days. I arrived here Saturday. It's currently now Thursday morning, really early, 5 a.m. Well, 03:34 a.m. So that's 5 days. 5 days, just a few hours shy of 5 days. Urban camping. I have not been plugged into power. I have not been plugged into water. I have not been plugged into sewer. And let's check my state of charge gauge here. So we're at 52 or 3%, I would say. We got an hour drive to the Planet Fitness. I did have the inverter on all day yesterday. I have really not done that much driving because St. Augustine's fairly small. So it's like 5 to 10 miles between each destination or less. Let's check the tank levels. Fresh water is at 1/3. Has an 18-gallon freshwater capacity. I think I got that right. So I still have about 6 gallons left, I would say. LP, I still have half capacity there. I can't remember the gallons of propane. Gray is 1/3, which has largely been bathroom sink, a little bit of kitchen sink, and I've been doing all the showering at Planet Fitness. Black tank, so I have been using this nearly full time for number 1 and number 2. So this is 5 days, full toilet use. Maybe once or twice at Planet Fitness, sorry for the TMI there, but the rest of that, boys and girls, that is waste going into the tank. We're all pretty impressed with 5 days boondocking, urban camping. Could go easily another day, maybe even 2. So that's pretty impressive. Longer than I thought. First time doing it. Wednesday evening, camped out at the Cracker Barrel here in St. Augustine. Not a bad place. Got a few beer folks camping out with me. I'm actually headed down to Planet Fitness down the road to get in position for the rest of the day. It's really early morning, 3:30, can't sleep, so let's make use of that awakeness and kind of get in position. There went the dash light. Let's go. Planet Fitness, Deland, Florida.